This is a dash cam, and today I'm going to be trying to fit it inside this car without electrocuting myself. Although I am joined by my first aider friend. Shot one done! Yeah, oh shit. Parking brake malfunction. Tire pressure, oh shit. So basically, I'm not just installing this dash cam into my cigarette port like most people do. I'm going to be hardwiring this into the car, into the actual fuse box of the car. Something I have never done before. However, I want to have the parking mode so that if anyone hits my car when I'm not around, it'll still get recorded. So here we go, we've got the camera. So we've got a 2-year warranty apparently. I'll let you look inside this without throwing it on the floor. So it looks quite fancy. I also have fuses here, I think. I've also got I've got wires. I don't really know what I'm doing. I watched a video last night on this, so I'm pretty much an expert. Okay, well it started to snow or rain or something in May. But anyways, I've opened the camera box and the camera has Wi-Fi in it. So I don't entirely know what that means. I don't know how I get the Wi-Fi, but I mean, it seems cool. I bought this camera like 3 months ago. I've just been too scared to install it. I think it also came with a Hardwire kit. I don't know if it is. It came with a lot of wires. Oh, it even came with the clip things. That's the video. The guy in the video I watched, Chris Fix, is a legend, had those clips. So that's a good sign. It's also got an is that an SD card? Yeah. 32 gigabytes. It's not too bad. I'll probably buy another one that's a bit bigger when I get paid. There's now birds crashing the shot and the rain. Okay, so we have the owner's manual. I actually looked at this before. I cheated, I know. I done some preparation because I wanted to figure out where my fuse box was. So I think it's in here. How do I open that? You're expecting me to have too much foresight. However, I did buy trim tools also 3 months ago and a roll of toilet paper. So we're gonna try start taking apart my car. Oh, back to the boot. Okay, so here are the trim tools that I bought. Amazon's cheapest. So
they just look like forks.
Yeah, so they're pretty much weirdly shaped forks. They're see-through in places, unlike whatever that is. Doesn't instill me with tons of confidence, especially for putting them in my car and taking things apart. I also need to take them round the dash cam, and I'm a bit scared because they're a wee bit sharp and I don't fancy setting off an airbag today. I don't know the correct tool for the job. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not the correct bloke for the job. That's not the right tool. Okay, I mean, it moves. Oh, 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 come on. Okay, we're nearly out. We've just got one more.
Like it.
Yes! Okay, oh, we've even got like a map of the fuses. That's awesome. So this is my fuse box. It's now currently exposed to the rain. I don't think it's supposed to be, but you know, it'll be fine. But one thing I do know is that I don't want to put it in anything important like the ABS. That's where the car manual comes in handy. However, before we do anything, we need to see which one is live, I think. So, I've got my Amazon's cheapest voltmeter again. Oh, it'd help if I turned the voltmeter on. There we go, that's the voltmeter on. I'm gonna assume this is metal. That should be, I think I done it the wrong way around. Is there bare metal anywhere? I need to put this on like bare metal ground. Coming at you, breaking the fourth wall. Oh, I don't know, the dash cam needs to be wired to a ground and I need to do that through a bolt, but I don't know of any bolts. 2-litre turbo diesel, by the way. Pretty beautiful. Haha! More fuses. There we go. I'm becoming a pro at this. Here we go. And there's more fuses! Look at me! Fucking, I'm a pro! I don't know if this is the right setting. Apparently there's a voltage. So I'm like, cool, I don't know what fucking voltage it is. You know, I think I've figured out why I've not seen anything that's live. And I think a big factor in it is the fact I've not been looking at the voltmeter. Oh! We've got a voltage! No way! We've got 2 voltages! So we've got... Okay, wait, so this is really good. Let's check the passenger side, because ideally I want to route it through passenger side things so that if the airbag goes off and I wire it wrong, it's them that gets injured. So now we know which fuses are live, bottom 2 there. and the car is not on. So they always have power. But now it's very important to check those fuses aren't important. And that, you know, I don't know, something to do with something. I believe it's fuses 9 and 10, which is, so 9 is adaptive cruise control, and 10 is selector gate / clutch sensor.
Darry forgot he owned a European car, and he was being incredibly naive, not considering the fact that he was looking at the wrong side. He would later regret this decision.
Why is there so many fuses in this car? There's 3 fuse boxes. 1, 2, and there's one back there apparently. So I think I'm now ready for the big moment. Is that? I don't know. Is this? This looks hardwiry. I don't know if I want to use it, because that's just bare metal. As you can tell, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm a seasoned pro. Those things, they like go into a fuse, or you can like attach wires through it or something like that. I don't actually know how to take out a fuse. I think you're supposed to have a special tool.
Yeah.
But I'm the only tool here. The video I watched last night said the fuse you're removing should always either be the first or the second one. And I can't remember which it was, so that's the wrong size. So I'm just gonna put it in the first one, because that seems right. Please do not lose that, I'm trusting you, okay? Just watch that for me. Is this the right size? Where the fuck did the fuse go? It's a bit concerning that it won't go. Like, it's the right size. It's just there's tiny little metal bits that just won't let it go in. I don't know if I can drive the car without a fuse in it, because the car might just go every time I try to drive it. It likes to do that. So what do you say to a trip to Halford to try and find some fuse things? Just amazing, okay. I don't know where the nearest Halfords is, but I'm gonna take lots of photos. That far? Oh shit.
You need to beat that.
Yeah. Oh, dungleberries. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're going to a nearby auto parts store. It seems very wholesale-y, but maybe if I just beg them, they'll give me like a fuse adapter thing. Because as you can see, my car's just sat there looking pretty. The plates stayed on, which is very surprising. But yeah, so we're gonna go ask them if they have anything, because there's a Halfords, but it's about half an hour away. Well, walking, and I don't want to put everything back together to drive there. So, wish us luck. People sat in that car. Okay, so I've just spoke to the lovely guy in this shop. They don't stock anything Audi, never mind anything to do with fuses. So I not only have the wrong fuse, but like, I don't have enough. Even if the fuse did fit, I need 2 and the pack only came with 1. Okay, so I'm gonna drive away, not put any of the fuse covers back on. I did put the fuse back in. I'm gonna hope the car starts. Let's see. Yes! Service space, tiny fucking service space. Go. Okay, so we've just came out of Halfords over there. We genuinely got served by the most helpful guy I have ever met. We were like in there for at least half an hour and he answered all of my incredibly stupid questions. Basically, this was the right size all along, but I just wasn't pushing hard enough. And so he done it in like 3 seconds, but we did need a second one anyways. We also need some of these crimpery things to crimp on, hence why I've got the pliers, not the crimping tools because they're expensive. And then we've got some fuses. So that should be everything we need to hardwire this dash cam. It should get easier from now. That's hopefully not foreshadowing. However, we're gonna drive back to the car park where it's windy and cold so that I can keep installing these. So I realize my dash isn't on at all right now, which obviously I've just turned the car off, but yeah, the dash didn't come on. And then on top of that, the car just made a massive bang and stalled. So I'm gonna say I need to put that fuse back in that I took out. That's mildly concerning because it's supposed to just be the cruise control. But I've got a sneaky suspicion if that's what's happening, it's not just the cruise control. Okay, let's see, will my dash start? Yes! Oh! You have no idea how terrified I was. Oh. Parking brake malfunction. Tire pressure, oh shit. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe so I can afford to fix my car. because this is actually broken. I don't know why I'm getting a tyre pressure warning, right, this light, because this is supposed to be cruise control. Turns out it's a European car, so the left is actually the right and the right is actually the left, so it's inversed to what we would expect it to be. And because of that, I accidentally took out the instrument cluster fuse, which is why that turned off. So the guy kind of explained it to us. He said he'd recommend using a website instead, and I had the whatever light, the TGIF light, and I know it's not called that, and I had the tyre pressure warning. I was like, oh no. I also had a brake failure warning and my auto hold wouldn't turn on, which I rely on now that I've got used to it. But eventually we figured it out. He filled up all my tyres for free, which was amazing. So then I mapped the tyre pressure to the car, which is something I've not actually done since I bought it, but finally done it. So the tyre pressures are all good. As soon as I mapped it, the warning went away. So I don't need to drop £300 on a diagnostic machine to then clear the fault codes. This video is probably going to end up being longer than I anticipated. However, I'm going to start by getting up a digital map so I know which fuse I can actually tamper with.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Okay, so we're back from the shops. We couldn't be bothered driving to Halfords again to get a smaller fitting joint. So instead we thought, you know, metal expands under heat. So we bought a lighter. It's probably not for the best, but we're gonna try heat this up so that we can squeeze this in because it's so close to fitting in. I can smell burning plastic and all the cancer entering my lungs. That's a good sign. I'm gonna try, it's not actually, never mind, it's not even hot. Okay, so it's been about an hour, I would say, since we filmed the last clip. We drove all the way back to Halfords to try and find a smaller little joint size. They didn't have it. So what I've done is, I've just put it in, crimped it and covered it in electrical tape. It's just bare wire, so it's like this. It's just bare wire going into it. Folded it over, and there's not really much else I can do if I'm being completely honest with you.
Much later.
Okay, so I've currently lost the pliers. Oh wait, I think they're under here. No, they're not. Yeah, okay, I've definitely lost the pliers. I don't know where they are. However, managed to tap into that fuse. I sincerely hope it's nothing important because we discovered what happened last time I tapped into an important fuse. I shit myself. I genuinely don't know if the trim panel's gonna fit over this, but we've got no choice really but to try. Although we do need the pliers. It's kind of a big issue. Huh, oh. I think I found them. Sorry, I'm eating on the job. You know, people probably think I'm doing that for comedic effect, but no, I'm just an idiot. Where did I put the car tires? The car tires? What the fuck? The car keys.
Car tires are where they should be.
Okay, so basically, we've ran like a bunch of tests. It's probably been like 20 minutes since we stopped the last recording. So the little socket that plugs into it is getting power. Like, it is powered, it's getting 15 volts and the car's running. But the camera won't turn on nor connect to anything. So we're gonna try shove it in the cigarette port. Oh, it flashed. Yeah, no, it's recording now. So yeah, it's on, so the camera works, but when I plug it into the car, so yeah, it's definitely getting grounded well. But it's not coming on, but it's receiving power. So I don't know why it's not working. So yeah, we're gonna put live on here, right next to my testicles. That's not very safe feeling. I don't know what's wrong with it. There's not really much else we can do because it's just not working. It's just refusing to be plugged in. So I'm gonna have to make this 2 parts, which is something I absolutely hate to do. But if you have any idea where I'm going wrong, or even a website I can look at to get advice, or somebody I can message, please let me know down in the comments below. And then hopefully I'll have a part 2 where I actually get a working dash cam or pay somebody to do it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching and make sure you like and subscribe for more.